What is up, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. You guys are watching Warfuls Morse. I'm Jeremy, and I think we're gonna I know last show I think I said about I came up with a new name for the whole podcast and everything, and I think I forgot to even go through it. But I think we're gonna start calling this Inside the Coils. Let me know what you guys think in the chat about that. But I think I don't know. Every podcast seems to have a name, and this one just doesn't. So I think maybe we're going to go with Inside the Coils. Let me know what you guys all think about that, please. I greatly appreciate all the support. Make sure you guys hit that like button too. Hit that subscribe button as well if you're new to the channel, because every Sunday we do a live stream here, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, unless we got to switch gears and switch it to another day to either appease a guest or just basically if I've got something going on a Sunday, like a Comic-Con, because everybody knows I'm a Star Wars nerd. So, sometimes, Snake nerd stuff is normally on Sundays, but sometimes we got to push that stuff to a different date because there's other nerd stuff that's got to go on. So, definitely, guys, I appreciate all the support. Tonight, we have Alex and his wife, Sandra, of Florida Born Exotics with us. It's going to be a great live, folks. I hope you guys all got your popcorn and settled in because it's going to be a good one. We're going to be learning a little bit about what they got cooking on down there in Florida. And on top of it, we're going to talk about Gopher Cocoa. So my buddy Nathan, my brother Nathan here said something. Didn't know you were looking for a name. Glad to get. Oh, Nathan, I'd be afraid to know what you guys would have cooked up with. But anyway, thank you, Nathan, for tuning in, brother. Adam, thank you very much for tuning in. Ed, my brother, thank you very much for tuning in. And Ed, look, they look freaking fantastic, bro. Thank you so much. Oh, son of a. Anyway, sorry for kicking the table here, but Ed, those enclosures are fantastic, bro. Thank you very much. And it was awesome hanging out with you guys last night. Let's bring Alex and his wife out here because we got to get the show started. They don't want to sit backstage all night, folks. Alex, Sandra, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Jeremy?
Thank you for joining us tonight, guys. I appreciate all the support you've given to me, Alex. Even everybody, if anybody's new to the channel doesn't know, Alex had done a bunch of super chats throughout this year, or last year, I guess, technically, which helped me achieve my goal of getting the ultrasound. So thanks to this man right here and his wife, they helped me so much with getting my ultrasound. And without that ultrasound, I wouldn't be having the clutch of carpet pythons in the incubator. So I want to thank you guys for that, because that is partially all because of you. And everybody else that watches the channel, even, it is also because you as well, because without you guys watching, this show wouldn't exist, this channel wouldn't exist. It just, you guys help make the wheels turn.
It's our pleasure, man. No problem.
Hey, I greatly appreciate it. Hey, I've been wanting to I actually wanted to get you guys on last year, but it just seemed like things, I get so many thoughts going on in my head sometimes. And then guest ideas get pushed off, and it's like, no, that's not the right time to bring them on, and I don't know. So it's like I made a list. It's like, all right, these are the people that are on this year. I'm gonna bug them until they come on, and luckily I didn't have to bug.
Yeah.
But let's see here. So everybody that is watching right now, what do you guys all think? What do you guys think? Inside the Coils, yay, nay? Honest opinions, folks. Even everybody in the chat. Honest opinions.
I don't know. What do you think?
Everybody's got a catchy name. I don't have a catchy name. That's the only thing I could come up with.
Inside the Coils. I got to mull it over.
Hey, that's better than a no that sucks. Everybody in the chat, let me know, though. Nathan, I'm afraid to see what you guys would come up with, but let me know, bro. If Danny was here, God help me on that one. This weekend, we had a Pennsylvania Breeders cookout at Chris from S Reptilia's place. And it was basically breeders from all over, like more or less the eastern side of PA and some neighboring states there. Like, I think there was a couple people from New Jersey. I think, I know there were a couple people from Maryland. really nice group. Do you guys have anything like that going on in Florida where you guys get together like that?
No, we're so busy, honestly, Jeremy, that if it isn't a show or our daytime jobs, it's like we really don't have time.
Okay. All right. See, it's it's really like, I mean, I get the whole, not having the time thing. I get that. It is so relaxing though, just to get to sit down and just talk shop with people and not have to try to sell something while you're doing it. Chris just hopped in here. Chris, what's up, brother? Thank you so much, dude, for having the cookout yesterday, bro. That was a blast. And next time it's my turn here in July. So that's going to be fun. Now, this time, Chris will get to relax, and I'll have to do all the hustle and bustle. So that'll be.
Cater it.
What's that?
I said you can always cater it.
Oh man, that hurts the pocket too hard. I'll take the standing over the grill cooking the burgers and hot dogs and stuff.
There you go.
Like, we try to do it like I supply like the burgers, hot dogs, the majority of the stuff, but I ask just everybody just bring a dish. And that way, if everybody brings a dish, there's plenty of variety for everybody, and it's kind of helps spread things out. Scott, what's up, bro? Thanks for tuning in. It's great to see you yesterday, bro. Ed says, great time, Chris. Thanks. My wife won't have to hustle. Shoot. So, Alex, tell me a little bit about yourselves. What got you guys into the hobby? How'd you start? All that good stuff.
How we started? We started by watching Brian Barczyk, to be honest with you.
Okay.
He was one of our biggest inspirations into wanting to get started. And it's just been a growing passion ever since. We started in 2019. We went to a local show down up in Melbourne, and we walked away with 6 snakes and a sea serpent. Right.
All right.
But when we first got together, actually, I should backtrack a little bit. So when we first got together, we bought a Burmese python, an albino.
Okay.
And she lived with us. She was our pet, like literally like our dog. She was barely in the cage. She lived for the first year of her life on the bathroom counter, out of a cage. She never got off the counter. She never tried to do anything. I mean, this snake was amazing. And we had her for a while. She got big, and we moved here to Port St. Lucie. We bought a Doberman. And I got afraid that she was gonna get the Doberman.
Oh, okay.
Because we had a whole bedroom for her, and she went and was able to climb into the attic through the bedroom. Because she was that big, like she just went straight up into an attic crawl space and went into the attic, and she was in there for 2 months.
Oh wow.
Finally just got to a couple rabbits and put her back in the room where she was staying at. And after that, when she came out, I had to decide the Doberman or the snake, and I regret the decision. And if I would have just kept her, I probably would have gotten more into reptiles then.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing now. We love the snakes, and we've got bearded dragons and leopard geckos and hognose snakes. I mean, we got a lot of stuff coming.
Now, is that all species you're planning to breed, or is it just stuff that you're just having as pets?
Oh yeah, everything is on a breeding plan.
Oh, okay, nice. So you guys are gonna have a wide spread of stuff, not just ball pythons.
It's not just ball pythons. The ball pythons is what we have the most of. It's what what we fell in love with at first, and then we just realized the true passion that we have for these animals. I mean, we really love these animals.
Yeah.
I look forward to finishing my day at work so I can come home and be with them. So we're trying to build this business up to be a full-time thing for us.
Okay.
So we're looking at potentially a year to year and a half. We should be able to transition 100% to Florida born.
Oh wow, dude, that's freaking fantastic.
Yeah.
Like that's one thing I like. My wife and I were actually talking about that today. Uh, I would love. I told my boss at work 8 years, and that's it. I'm done because I'm really sick and I'm tired of doing construction. I've been doing it well since I got out of high school in 2005. Some people will laugh say, "Well, that Jeremy, that's not that long." But when you're in a machine just bouncing around all day, that gets old real quick.
Yeah.
Um, so I told my boss, like, dude, 8 years, and I'm done. Like, I want to be doing the snakes in YouTube. And he looked at me really stupid. He goes, "You can't do that with snakes, dude." He goes, "Be real." I was like, "No." It's like, "You can do that with snakes." And I pulled up Morph Mark and showed him some prices. He goes, "There's no way people pay that." I was like, "Yes, that is what people pay." And
Yep.
his mind was blown. And you could tell he got this thing in his head. It's like, okay, well, what can we do to try to keep this guy here longer than 8 years? So every year now I go in, I'm like, hey, we're down to 7. So next year we're down to 6 because I am so focused
Good.
to be doing this because I enjoy it. I love it. Like this is what gets like all right, I love coming home to see my family and stuff, but that's a whole different level of chaos up there to come home to. Here's where I can come down and just be at peace.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
it's my little slice of heaven, and it's how can I put it? It's just what I want to be able to look forward to the later years of my life is just do something that I actually have love and passion for, and on top of it can pay the bills and everything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It took me a long time to figure it out, but I did.
Now, was there anything that I don't want? I guess how do I? Was there anything in particular that kicked you into a certain gear as to having that vision, or was it always like a vision in the back of your mind to do this full time?
Um, it was not a vision until recently,
Okay.
until we made it a viable business, and we actually started turning a profit because businesses just don't turn profits year one.
Yeah. No.
Right. And then this is not a get rich quick, you know, type of business in any way.
No.
So with this is hurry up and wait.
Yeah.
You got
It
to
really
feed them,
is.
take care of them, and then a couple years down the line, and that's when you're getting that project to move on. And yeah, we've been working all the projects, and we've been combining genes and working different. We are Our goal is to have every single gene out there.
Okay.
Okay, so we won't discriminate. We're not going to hate on any gene. We love it. Actually, I retract on that. I am getting away from a couple genes like spider.
Oh, I knew you were gonna say it. Oh, that
And I
hurts my
know that
heart.
you like the spider gene and you have your bumblebee and stuff, but I just think that I'd rather not have the potential problems. I'd rather just go with genes that I know they're going to be good and solid. I just want to produce good animals for people to have for many years to come. You
No, I
know,
get that. I
and
get that. It always hurts my heart a little bit when I get both sides of the argument. I really do. Like people I don't want to work with, it's like, hey, I totally get it. Because when you do see some of those animals that do the crazy corkscrewing stuff, it hurts.
yeah,
It hurts to see it, even though they may be flourishing, so to speak, but just knowing that they've got that issue as everybody always probably everybody's tired of me saying it. Luckily, I think part of the reason why I like it so much is everything here that I've produced and have has no visible wobble at all.
That's
It
good.
acts like a normal ball python. So that's probably part of the reason why I still have that drive and love it as much as I do. But I could definitely see that if anybody's hitting or seeing a lot of these animals that do this goofy crap, that why you would say hey, I can invest my money in better places. Plus, spider's a little bit harder of a sale too, and that's the one thing that does suck about it.
Yeah.
Now, is there, other than spider, is there any other genes that you don't really feel like you want to work with much? Like,
I know that there's combos we should stay away from, and I'm staying away from those combos. But no, I'm pretty much working with just about everything else.
okay.
There's still genes that we still want to acquire, but they're in the works.
What genes are you looking to get into?
Monsoon,
Okay.
um, probably. I'm working on Desert Ghost, and I'm working on the averages, but like Sunset is another one that I probably want to get into.
Okay. Now, with monsoon, what's your what's your thought or direction that you want to take monsoon? Because everything that I've seen so far with, I mean, don't get me wrong, off the start, I thought I was like, God, I want to have monsoon at some point. But the more I see all these different combos coming out, like no matter what you throw it into, it looks monsoon. Like I haven't seen anything really able to throw it for a loop. Um, like somebody, I forget who it was, sent me a picture of a monsoon clown, and I thought, okay, this will look neat, and I mean, it was neat, but it looked like monsoon with just like a clown head that had speckles on it. So like I haven't seen anything to be able to do. I guess what I would like is like distort the pattern more or just change it up a little bit.
I'd like to work into some projects and see what it does.
Okay. So I think with that, like changing the color for me anyway, it feels like one of the options, like the main option with monsoon is like changing the colors of it. That because I don't, like I said, just from what I've seen, I don't know if you can actually change the pattern at all with it. It's so dominant. Jason, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Jolly, Snakes for the Memories, what's up? Thanks for tuning in, guys. Greatly appreciate it. Everybody, hit that like button, please. And before we go on, we got to thank the sponsors of this week's episode as well. We would not have this show if it wasn't for one, you folks watching, and two, the sponsors. So Nathan at Infinite Possible Pythons. If you guys need ball pythons, there's some Bang stuff out there that Nathan's got. So if you're looking at Bang, check this guy out. He's also got some crested geckos. He's working with some Leachianus geckos. He's got Kahua geckos that he's working with, along with some scaleless corn snakes. He's got a couple other little things that's going to be trickling in here in the near future. But the other thing is Nathan is your one-stop shop for all of your branding needs. If you need tablecloths, business cards, merch, stuff for shows, Nathan is the guy to contact, folks. He will get you all set up. All of his links are in the description down below. All the links for all the sponsors are in the description down below. And the other main thing that's in the description down below is all the links to Alex and Sandra at Florida Born Exotics. All their info is in the description down below, so check them out and give them some love. Our next sponsor, my mouse would work, is my brother Chris at S Reptilia, who is literally a one-stop shop for basically whatever you want reptile-wise, unless it's a lizard. Can't help you with the lizard right now. But blood pythons, boas, ball pythons, colubrids, God, I know I'm missing something else there. He's got so many projects in the works. Killer animals, folks. Definitely look Chris up. He's also a rat breeder, so if you're on the eastern PA side or neighboring states, hit Chris up as well. He can hook you up with rats. Plus, he is Pennsylvania's distributor of Cocoa to Go, which personally I think is the best cocoa substrate on the market. I love it. So definitely check Chris out. He's a distributor for Cocoa and Cocoa to Go and the Chippers. So check him out and greatly appreciate it, guys. And also, if you guys aren't using Husbandry Pro, click our affiliate link in the description down below, folks. Free 30-day trial of literally the best reptile record-keeping and tracking software on the market. It's not just for ball pythons, folks. You can use it for anything, because I'm pretty sure Alex here uses it as well. So he can tell you with all the other stuff he's working with that this software is amazing, I'm sure. So I love it. It saves me time. So definitely check it out. Free 30-day, folks. Click the link in the description. And then Redline Shipping. We're not sponsored or affiliated with them yet. I'm working on it, though. Don't worry, I'm working on it. But use the code Robin60 to get 60% off your next 2 shippings. If there's a comment section there, let them know you've heard it from me, folks. Come on. Give me a little bit of credit. But anyway, Redline Shipping, guys, let me tell you, top-notch service, super. I mean, the service is just great. Customer service is awesome. Anybody I've ever heard having to contact them, I've never heard a complaint at all. Plus, their prices are the cheapest that I have seen when it comes to shipping. So check them out. And that's my end of my spiel. The 5-minute commercials that everybody hates. So actually, since we brought up the Husbandry Pro, you use Husbandry Pro, right, Alex?
Yes.
Now, what's your opinions on it? How has it helped you out?
Oh, well, I'm not gonna lie, Jeremy. We use it, but we need to use it more. It has
Okay.
so many options and so many goodies that we don't have so much time to put into it. So we're slowly, we got so many animals, we're slowly putting everything in there. But I recommend Husbandry Pro 100%. Like, no doubt, it's going to make life easier. If you are a breeder like myself and you're going to the shows, just the labeling and the time that you're going to save is amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
you can update your list. You can choose what animals you want to put for sale. Now they're coming out with their own, like, morph market almost kind of shopping.
Yeah.
Instead of going to morph market, you go to Husbandry Pro, and you can see everybody's what everybody has for sale there. I believe it's going to take over the market.
Dude, that store alone, like just recently, I've been having people like messaging me, about clutches I've got, coming and hatching and all that stuff. And I just tell them, it's like, go to my Husbandry Pro store. Tell them, go to one of my YouTube videos, or if you don't watch the YouTube channel, it's like, here's the link, but definitely go check out the YouTube channel. But here's the link, it's like, go to the store and get on the wait list for a clutch if that's what, find what you're looking for clutch wise or animal wise, and join the wait list, or let me know what you're interested in. And like, I don't want to say I'm pushing away from the morph market aspect, but why pay for the morph market and have that if Husbandry Pro is going to be, if it's doing basically the same thing as what I'm doing over there on morph market?
Yeah, I believe it's eventually going to just shift gears, and everybody's going to see how good it is, and it's just a no-brainer. And they've been out for so long. They listen to the customers. If you have a request, you can submit it. They do an update. Before you know it, it's all the updates are done around the users. The users are the ones that have said, "Oh, can we have this?" They file a request, and the guy usually has it done within a day. It's amazing, And so it's got so many goodies that I really recommend it 100%.
See, I like, for instance, I just brought home 5 snakes for my buddy Nathan, and he uses Husbandry Pro as well. So I got the snakes home this morning. I woke up and I started getting notifications because he was sending me all the info he had on his husbandry to me, so I could download it and have it on my Husbandry profile. So now I know everything about those snakes from when he had them.
And you can have record keeping that can all be transferred. It can be sent to the customer if it's not a breeder. You can have massive records of the animal, more than I've. You can only write down so much, but with this Husbandry Pro, all you got to do is just scan the barcode, brings the animal right up, enter what you need to enter, move on to the next snake. I mean, it's super fast. When you have 200 and almost 300 animals, or over 300 animals, you need to have something that organizes it.
Yeah, you do. Like I even used it for shows too, which I don't know if you've thought about using it for shows. Like uh, I just take my cage cards, but I guess Bill uses the oh, what are they called? It starts with a D, I think.
The label maker,
Yeah,
the
the little
label printer.
what's that?
He uses the Dymo label printer.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Um, like just even using that, like that shows it's so handy to have because
Yeah.
I've had I don't know about you, but I've had so many people ask me, well, what are they on? When was the last time it ate? What's the way? It's like now you can just scan the code. There's everything you'll want to know.
Everything is right there. Yeah, you print out a little QR code that on right on the sticker, and you can get the whole history, when it was born, when was the last meal. As long as you do good record keeping, that is awesome.
Yeah. Now we'll step away from the husbandry pro thing a little bit. We'll get back to you guys a little bit more. What are some of the species you're working with? I know you were telling me backstage some of the stuff, which I was really shocked because I didn't know you were all dabbling into that much different stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we're all over the place. We have like 35 leopard geckos, 4 bearded dragons. We have 4 blood pythons. We have 280 ball pythons.
Whoa.
We have hognose snakes. We got corn snakes, and we're working with a few other breeders to be able to branch out and have a more variety. So we're working on opening up a store,
Oh, okay.
and so where I have my marine business right now, I have 2 bays. I don't really need 2 bays, so I'm going to turn one of the bays into a pet store.
Oh,
So
whoa.
we'll be taking all the animals there. Probably in the next 4 or 5 months, we'll have the store ready and we'll be ready to go.
Whoa. That's for all right. Now, okay, now everything's the picture's being painted here. Okay. See,
Mhm.
I didn't realize you guys were gonna be doing like a pet store type of deal with that's nuts. That's really nuts. Okay, now some of the go for cocoa stuff that kind of makes some sense too, because now if you got the pet store, you've got your bedding and stuff right there. That makes some
So
sense.
we're doing a lot more than just go for cocoa. We have Missouri products now. We have hemp. We're working with Herbstat to get an account with them. We're just going to stock the store with all the stuff that we personally use. We're not
Okay.
going to have a variety of stuff. We're just going to stock the store immediately with the products that I have proven to work, and I stand behind 100%. And we're going to go from there. If other people want different products and they request it, then we may branch out to other products. But for the most part, we're going to stick with the brands that we know that work, and that's what we're going to offer. We're
See,
going
I
to have
think that's awesome though. Like especially like just looking at my local pet store, I go into it and there's so much stuff there. And it's like a lot of that stuff isn't really what I would recommend someone to get to use for their animal.
Right.
yeah.
So I think that's really important that you're going with the stuff that obviously works for you. You've
Mhm.
got the experience with using it, and throughout the industry, it's been tried and tested, and it's not like you're going to be selling a 25 $30 thermostat to somebody that's buying a $1,000 snake or something like that.
Right.
See, I think that's important. There's
Mhm.
that type of customer service and just having that mentality. Like you've got obviously you have pride in your brand and everything. So you're letting that shine through. I think that's important.
Thank you.
Now, what uh, more with the leopard geckos are you dealing with?
Again, we're not more specific. We've got, I can name off probably 15
Okay.
different morphs that we're working with right now. So we
Now,
got Sun Glow. We have um, Carrot Tails. We have. Can you give me the list? I mean, we have so many.
do you guys have my buddy Danny got one. It's like a dark night or something like that. It's like an all black leopard gecko. Thing's wicked looking.
Yeah, I don't have a black one.
Okay.
I've got a pretty like a purple one. He's one of my
Ooh,
males.
a
He's like a
purple.
yeah.
Now, how do you keep your like on that scale? What are you keeping your leopard geckos in?
I
Because
keep them
obviously
in a
you're probably not using glass.
bioactive terrariums.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
So you've got a decent sized room of just them then.
They're on top of a rack. I make PVC racks,
Okay.
and I made like a 37 quart PVC rack, and I've got four 24 by 24 front opening glass terrariums.
Okay.
I got them all in there. So I have like tangerine, mace, snow, Amarin blood albino, firefox calico, lemon leucistic, inferno blood, stripe, mandarin blood, and a red diamond Amarin albino.
Okay. See, leopard geckos, like I always used to think leopard geckos were freaking fan. Like they always look so happy. They're cute. I've never had good luck with them. As like I'd never tried to keep one as an adult. I was like in my teens. I tried. My son had one. Actually, he had two. The one got metabolic bone disease. I think it was. That was sad to see that whole issue go. But anyway, like we just never had good luck with leopard geckos. So, do you have any tips for anybody getting leopard geckos to have some better luck with them than what I have?
I just started having luck when I put them in the bioactives. They have places to run and climb and hide, and there's multiple hides in there. And one day I'll do a YouTube video and show the world how I do it. I just want to make sure that what I'm doing is in fact right and it is healthy. It is working. I mean, we have a box full of eggs right now, so we're doing something right.
As if you're getting eggs, you've got they're not they're not doing bad. That's for darn sure. Uh, ah, thanks, Chris, and thank you, John and Christine, very much for the. I'm super happy with the background too. Plus, we got the 1065. It's now a 1070. Super happy to have all that extra hatchling space now as well. Like
Nice.
today was just crazy. Get the PVC stuff, get the hatchling rack the rest of the way filled up. It was a busy day. Um, Now with the blood pythons, because there's not a lot of people there's not a lot of people that work with them. It seems I love blood pythons. I think they're absolutely like they're just big, burly sausage type of snakes that like there's a lot of strength in them, but there's a lot of strength in a small package.
Right.
What are like what type more however you want to look at it, what are you working with the bloods?
I have golden eye.
Oh, okay.
It's het for T positive albino. I have a matrix that's het for T positive albino, and then I have an ivory.
Okay.
So I actually have two matrix. One is het for T positive, the other one is not. The other one is just a normal matrix, and then I have the ivory and the golden eye.
Okay. Now, do you have any clutches from them this year?
No. So I bought the matrix that's het for T positive. I bought it as a male, and then I bought
Okay.
a big female, and I paired them, and I thought I had bought a male, and I think it's a female. So your earlier story was ringing a bell with me. So yeah,
I
it's one of them.
you kind of ended up on the better end of the spectrum though with that one. I think I'd much rather would
Yeah,
have you have a male become a female than the other way.
yeah. I mean, I put them together and they wouldn't do anything, nothing. And over, I separate them, put them together, separate, nothing ever. And I'm like, I can't believe this. So 2.5 years later, I'm like, okay, something is not right. So I went out and I contacted Chris to see if he had an adult male, but he didn't. And I ended up buying another male. So we're gonna see what
Okay.
happens. So
Now,
that golden eye should be doing some pretty stuff.
oh, definitely. Have you ever thought about getting like the Sumatrans or like the Borneos? Or are you gonna stick with the Bloods for now?
I'm just gonna stick. I'm gonna keep with the bloods. I'm not gonna go to the Sumatrans or I think they're called short tail, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna get into the short tails for now. Who knows what the future brings?
you you need to get some Sumatrans, man. I love the Bloods. I had years and years. God, this would have been right around the time Dom was born. So this would be 16 years ago. She was just a regular red blood python. She was 6 foot, like 26 pounds, if I remember correctly. Like you couldn't wrap your hand around her. She's a beast. The biggest puppy dog, though. Biggest freaking puppy dog. I've got a picture of Dom actually sitting beside her, just petting her. And it's like people give Blood such a bad rap for being like these nippy, aggressive, defensive, however you want to look at it, snakes. And it's like they're really not. Like you just got to give them a shot and work with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll think about it in the future. We'll see. I'm gonna stick with the blood pythons. I'm gonna see how those work. It'll be new to me. I haven't done the bloods yet. I haven't been able to do the bloods yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, I bet. I bet.
You know, we also
Um,
have some redfoot tortoise eggs in the incubator. I
oh,
forgot to say
okay.
about those.
Now, how
I'm
many
hoping
eggs do they have?
there's 6 of them in there.
Okay. See, now how big do like when I think of a tortoise other than the Russian tortoises, which stay small if I remember correctly? How big does a redfoot get? Are they one of them like you can ride around on basically, or
No, no,
okay,
they're a smaller breed.
okay.
Yeah,
See,
no,
whenever I think of a tortoise, I think of I don't even know what type it is
yeah.
now.
If you're talking about like an Aldabra, I think it's called an
Is it
Aldabra tortoise. Now you're talking about a big, long-lasting tortoise. You know,
okay?
those
Okay.
I believe get to the riding size, like you said.
I was gonna say at the one show I went to, they had one. I mean, he was huge. It might have. Is there Soul?
Sulcatas,
Yes, that's it.
sulcatas, not
They
yet.
had like a license plate taped to his shell, and he would just walked around the show the whole time. It was funny, like it's amazing he didn't get into anything, but it was neat. So how big do the redfoots get? Like, are they
Yeah, about that size, a little bigger maybe.
okay?
About what you just showed
All
with
right,
your
so
hand.
nothing tremendous, just like a
Yeah,
nice healthy sized tortoise. Okay,
yeah.
and then like, what's the life expectancy on one of them?
I honestly can't answer that question.
Okay. Probably, I would imagine probably pretty long. Turtles seem to live forever, it seems.
Yeah, yeah. They usually outlive their owners.
Yeah. Now you had said bearded dragons too, correct?
Yeah, I
Is
haven't
there
bred
any?
those yet. They're
Okay.
growing. So
Now,
my male's probably another 6 to 8 months before I can introduce him into females.
okay.
So
Is because is there Morse with bearded, or is there just different line? Are they more like line breeding?
no, there's different lines. Like we have hypo and hypo dunner, and Um, what's Gabby?
She's also hypo.
Shoot. So I have two hypos and a hypodunner,
Okay.
and that I'm gonna breed. I have a rescue bearded dragon that I'm just gonna hold on to her until she's no longer with us. But um, the other ones, I have the lines all in Husbandry Pro.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah,
Do you?
those are still growing up. The young female is still growing up. The older female is ready to go already. I don't have a male for her yet, so I'm thinking 6 to 8 months he should be up to par and upsized to start breeding.
Okay. See, that's beardies seem like they're everywhere, but I didn't like a customer of mine is getting into them too, and I never realized how far bearded dragons have come. Like I've been trying to be a little bit more noticeable about this stuff, and like I'm seeing like these deep red bearded dragons. Some of these black ones that have like red bellies to them. It's like it's insane with how they're even becoming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of morphs. I mean, just about any animal is going to have morphs. Once you start breeding them and line breeding them, you're going to develop more and more out of each animal.
That's true.
Um, I don't really know that much about bearded dragons. We're kind of learning. That's why we only have four of them. So we're still on the learning aspect of those, and they take a lot of work. The snakes don't require as much work as they do, and the leopard
Okay.
geckos now, ever since we put them in the bioactive setups, they have been the easiest thing to take care of. I mean, we all we got to do is I spritz the cage down like every 3 days. I refresh in their water bowl, put a new bowl of worms. I keep worms in there all the time, and then when the crickets are producing heavily, I feed them crickets and order roaches. And I mean, just we give them such a big variety of different foods and we make sure that we always give them calcium and vitamin D, and we just load them up with different options to keep them happy and I guess breeding the way they're breeding now.
Okay. See, it's my focus has always been snakes. So I always enjoy hearing like about everybody else that's working with some other stuff that I have no experience with at all. So that's always interesting. Plus, it gives everybody a little bit of a different dose of like a little bit of spice to the life. Now, do you guys plan on ever doing like crested geckos or anything? Because like since cresties seem to be like the hot tamale of the reptile industry now, probably even more so than ball pythons almost.
So I have a friend of mine that lives locally here. He's got 10, 20 geckos, and if I was to want to pick some up, I would just work with him as a wholesaler,
Oh, okay,
and then just help him move his line.
gotcha. Yeah, it's interesting to see because I guess I never noticed crested geckos, but it seems like once the ball python market, got quote unquote slow, I don't think it's slow at all at the moment. For as much as my phone gets blown up here lately, but it seems like crested geckos rapidly moved into that spot of being like the uh, how do I want to put it? Like the main species that everybody wants to have now all of a sudden. So I'm curious as to like, do you think that they're going to overtake ball pythons maybe as being like the most popular reptile to keep, or do you think ball pythons will always be kind of king on that one?
I think there's so many ball pythons, and there's so many combinations to be had in ball pythons that I think it'll just stay on top. I don't think it's gonna. We're going through a little lull right now, but we're going through a low as a nation. We're not going through a low because of ball pythons are bottoming out. We're my marine business is feeling a low. Everything is, my friends that are business owners are feeling it too. Everybody's saying the same thing. It's just we're just going through a slow time of our of our lives right now. We've gone through it in the past. We'll get through this, and everything will be back to normal before you know it. Everything goes up and down. Before there can be good, there has to be bad, right?
Exactly, exactly. And in all honesty, like for me at least, now I'm still super small, obviously, but I've got people contacting me wanting this or that and wanting to get on lists and stuff. It's like I sit back here and I think it's like people are saying like the sky's falling, the industry's dying, this and that. It's like I'm sitting here like the industry is booming.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you seeing down there? Like, and especially show wise, what are you seeing at shows?
People are spending
Yeah.
money in a lot of the maintenance stuff, on the accessories, and so it's not that the snakes are dying or people are losing interest. We're still selling snakes. We're still selling supplies. Everything is still moving. Yeah, is it 2019 all over again? No, but it will be again. It's just a matter of time. Everything goes up and down. When 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 the market gets better, I mean, when everything gets better, everything will start turning around. You know, people hold on to their money when there's instability.
Yes.
You know, everybody holds on to their money, and everyone is cautious on what they're doing, and it's understandable. I mean, I've gone through what, five of these I think already. So
Okay.
what's another one down? I mean, we'd probably go through another three or four before we leave this planet. So it's just the way to continue to increase, profits and manipulate markets, and it's just the way it works.
Now, since you've been through so many of these, I'll use the word recessions, so to speak. But what helped you guys get through it to see the next one and to keep on progressing instead of like some people like they hit a certain spot and then this hits and they're like they kind of go belly up. Is there any tips you can give to everybody out there?
You have to be prepared. I mean, you always have to save that extra penny, those extra few pennies that you have good months and you have bad months. So what do you do when you have good months? You go out and you blow all your money and you don't prepare for those bad months, or do you prepare and you calculate your bills out for a year? You have an annual salary. You don't have a monthly salary. You have an annual salary. You have annual bills. If you calculate your bills for the year versus for the day or for the week, or everybody lives paycheck to paycheck because they don't balance their budgets for a year. They balance their budget for the month. Everything is calculated month to month. You don't have a monthly salary, you have a yearly salary. So you got to figure out what's your how much you're going to spend this year, not how much you're going to spend this month. Because when you spend it this month and you don't have it next month, what are you going to do? So our success has been, strategize, make sure you have something somewhere. You don't have to have it liquid, but at least have it where you can refinance, you can do whatever you got to do to get through the lull. And we're unfortunately in a lull right now
Yeah.
as a country, not just the ball python industry. Well, the whole country is experiencing slow times at the moment, and it's a natural thing. Like, I'm already used to it, so you just have to roll with the punches. If you can't hang tight, reduce what you have, do what you have to do to get through it, and then start back up once things are better, and once you're in a better situation. Make sure you never make your animals suffer. You suffer and you don't eat before your animals don't eat.
That's, that, that, there, I think, is a big thing right there. Is that, like, I know, last show, like, I know last show, like, I was talking about, like, the industry, and 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 I was talking about, like, the indust you don't make your animals pay for your, I'm gonna say, bad decisions.
For your
That's
mistakes, yeah.
not right. I 100% agree with all of what you just said, bro. Um, I know, like for me, just coming in, like this is my first time experiencing this. So like I came in, I'm like I got, let's see, I'd been into snakes my whole life, but I just recently got back into it in 2018. After my wife and I got married, we got our house. So mom didn't really appreciate me having, like, she didn't care I had all the steaks. She actually thought the steaks were cool. She didn't like the freezer full of rats. she, that was part of the reason. Like in my late teens, she's just kind of like, hey, you gotta, like, this stuff's got to go for now. And she's like, when you move out, you can get all the stuff you want. That she goes, but I'm tired of having like jumbo rats fall at me when I open up the freezer. So it's all right, hey, whatever. Um, so we got back into it in 2018. So, you know, I was part of that whole spike, the whole COVID thing, you know, growing slowly, but I had the plan and the vision. But like you said, I was very cautious with, it's like, okay, I know I can spend this, it'd be nice to have that, but I'm going to do this instead. Um, but now coming into it, like where I'm at, like you said, I'm not like we're, because I work. My wife stays at home, takes care of the kids, and she babysits on top of it. So basically, we work off of my income, and she gets some from babysitting too. But so I always make sure, hey, the animals are well taken care of. Plus, everything's paying for itself down here as it is. So I'm happy with that. But definitely, it's like push comes to shove. It's like I'll not take my Starbucks that week or something if I know something needs whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely make sure that the animals do not pay the price at all. I like to think that they probably live better lives than me for the most part.
Oh yeah, no, without a doubt, my animals live better than me. I wish I was
Mm-hmm.
my own pet, you know. So
No,
we breed rats and mice also. So we have a
okay.
shed full. We have a 24-foot shed that's slam full of racks, and the only way we can keep up with feeding all these animals is by breeding our own.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at what point did you start breeding them? You're like doing your own
Right
rats and
off,
stuff.
right off the rip,
Mm-hmm.
right
Okay.
off the rip. Like I bought it. I had to go a couple of times down to a local pet shop, and that was costing me for just the I think it was 10 snakes at the time, $75 for each.
What?
Yeah, because I didn't know Chris at the time, and I didn't know any rat breeders at the time and stuff. So we ended up spending probably $300 for our beginner
Mm-hmm.
rats.
Oh, okay.
And it was just one single rack, and from that rack we started multiplying and multiplying, and I was just building racks. I was building them myself, and I'm still using those same racks now. But
Okay.
I have upgraded to some freedom breeder maternity racks, and that's been a game changer. So without the rats, without me breeding the rats, this wouldn't be possible, because
Okay.
it would cost me thousands of dollars per feeding if I
Oh,
had to.
like? Do you supply anybody else down there with rats, or is it
Yeah,
just,
for
oh,
sure. Yeah, so I sell enough rats to pay for the Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
okay?
So the rats pay for the Missouri. I feed my animals from there. And so it's just a nice cycle. I'm not really profiting from the rats. I need more racks if I want to start actually showing a profit from the rats. But that only makes the snakes 100% profit once the ones that I do sell.
That's true. That's the one. Like right now for me, I don't even know what I'm at now, collection wise, considering with the stuff that's just hatched out here. I probably between 70 and 80 now. Really, I don't breed my own rats. I'm still buying from my rack. I do frozen thawed. Like right now, I think a small rat's like $1.80. So I mean, it hurts a little bit when you got to go and spend all that money.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same token, between the animals, YouTube, the family, like I don't have that extra time to go for the rats, like to like spend the time to have my own. So
So
it's kind of one of those deals. It's like, all right, is it more benefit? Like, do I put more stress on me and do the rats, or do I take the little bit more where it costs a little bit, but I don't have to take that extra time out of my day to take care of them and all that stuff. So I just kind of let my rat guy, reap the benefits of my laziness, I guess.
so we cheat a little bit, and we have the lady that helps us with the colubrids. We partner up and we do colubrids together. She comes by once a week and helps me change out all the tubs out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
We spot clean in between, but once a week she comes over and we just do it. We go. The trash day here is Thursday, so we do it on Wednesday night. So that way the trash is out and gone.
If
The,
it's gone, you don't got to deal with it, look at it, or
Yeah.
smell it.
no, it's out. So yeah, we do that, and we have help. So sometimes, my wife can't make it, or I can't make it. I'm too caught up at the shop, and she'll just knock out the shed on her own.
Oh,
And
okay.
that might be something you might want to look at, is somebody give you a hand with it.
That's something I never thought of. But
Yeah,
I
I
don't
didn't
know.
think. I
I don't know.
actually found her because she was on Craigslist selling rats, and I'm like, oh man, let's go see what she has. And then we built a relationship, and she's been really awesome, man. I mean, it ended up working out. I was not looking for help for my shed. We just became friends. She sold me a bunch of rats, and she ended up offering one day, hey, if you ever need any help. And I was like, what? I'm like, oh yeah, I want some help.
I was gonna say yes,
you
yes,
know
please help.
and
Yeah.
yeah, now ever since then she's been helping us out. She's been great, and she's got some beautiful snakes coming up this year.
And when you
She's
said she works with colubrids, right?
Yeah, she got some blue beauties.
Oh, oh,
Yeah,
oh, man, those
she's
things.
got she's got some beautiful corn snakes coming out. Like yeah, I can't wait to see what she's got. She's got we're on leucistic rat snake. I mean, we're working on some pretty colubrids.
See, I want to touch base on the colubrids here, but Chris here said Dom could be my rat boy. And then he also followed up with he would probably fall asleep. Chris, you are right. Plus, Dom is like basically allergic to everything under the sun. Uh, Luckily, he's not allergic to the snakes, although you would think with the lack of help that he does give me, he is allergic to the snakes. Um, but yeah, the rats would probably send him into an allergic fit of some sort, I'm sure. But he probably would fall asleep though too. But then Nathan says Tom will steal all their food. He might. He might. You never know. Yeah, man. Tom's a good kid. He helps me do a lot of my filming. Without him, a lot of these my videos would absolutely suck. I don't know if you guys watched the clutch pulley on my carpet python clutch. That was horrendous filming, but we got it done. It made me really appreciate his camera work that much more. Having to do one solo again, it's just like, oh man, that boy's a godsend. Uh, Lindsay, what's up? Hi, barbecue people. Missed the big time, but we did have a great time, Lindsay. Maybe you can make it to the one in July. I'll have to send you the specs and all that stuff. But that's yeah. Dom was sleeping at the party. I haven't. That was another thing I didn't understand. We're all hanging out, having a good time. There's cornhole, horseshoes, hooping and hollering, and my son they're sleeping in a chair. It's just a, come on, boy, come on. Yeah, Lindsay, what state are you in? Um, the way you made it sound like you were like PA or at least close to PA. Okay, James says they're Michigan. Okay, that's a little far then. All right, Lindsay, I'll send you the info and stuff. Yeah, if I don't do it tonight, I'll do it tomorrow. I also wanted to book you anyway to come on the live stream, so we'll kill two birds with one stone on that one. So, all right, tell me about the blue beauties and stuff. Like all these, tell me about some of these colubrid projects that you guys are working with. That
I mean, yeah, we're working with blue beauties. We produced one last year. We had a clutch of, I think it was six, and only one actually ended up being viable.
oh,
But that was her first clutch ever. So this year will be her second clutch. I'm hoping for better odds this year. I'm hoping that we can actually sell a couple. We held back the one female that made it.
okay. So it was at least a female that survived. So that's good. That's
Yeah.
good. Um, is the colubrid market any more like I don't want to say difficult, but is it more difficult than the ball python market? It seems like you don't
Um,
see as many colubrids out there, or at least
yeah.
here at the shows I've been at. There's not as many.
So we haven't had many colubrids to sell at the shows, so we don't really have much to compare to. We haven't sold any of the blue beauties. I would imagine those are going to fly right off the table.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, they might not even make the table once I post it. Once the new ones come out, and if there's a male, most likely the male is going to be gone, or all the males are going to be gone. Um, I'm pretty sure that as soon as I post those will be gone. But if not, then the shows will tell. I can't tell you if the colubrid is going to do better than the ball python because I haven't had that much experience in it. I've been doing the
Okay.
ball pythons for a lot longer. So I've only had Sue, which is the lady that helps me with that, for about a year now,
Mm-hmm.
and so we're just now starting to get heavy into her breeding. So she used to breed heavily back in the day, and then she slowly faded out. She moved from
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire,
Okay.
and when she moved from Hampshire, she shrunk her collection down to one bedroom. And well, ever since she met me and she sees, how excited I am about these animals and how we want to just be able to sell all kinds of animals, is she's gotten back into it and started to breed heavily because of us.
Oh, okay. See, that's awesome. You've basically given her that drive
Yeah,
to get back into it. See, that's
yeah,
freaking awesome.
yeah.
That's really cool. Now, I was to me that's like basically she must view you as somewhat of a mentor then to an extent. I'm going to use the word mentor. Maybe that's not the right way to
I
put it,
think
but
I think I would use her as a mentor.
Yeah.
She's older. She's been in it from most of her life. I mean, she's really and she's been in it. She used to work at Nerd. I
oh,
mean,
okay.
that's
Wow.
that's
Whoa.
that's how long she's been doing this.
Okay. All right, then all right. Now, okay, I can see why you view her then more as a mentor then. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Now, who are some of your mentors? I know one. I'm pretty sure I can name one of them. But like who inspired you, has helped you out in any way, to get you
Brian,
to where you're at.
I have to admit, Brian Barczyk is the one that really got me excited about the animals and re-sparked that fire that I had for them because you know as you're growing up and you responsibilities take over, you have to shift gears, and you think you have to go on a certain route to go make money and have an established life, and then the animals come second. But I'm just now starting to realize how you can actually make a life out of the being with the animals,
Mm-hmm.
spending your life with the animals and doing everything with them. Someone that I see that is it's kind of an inspiration to me is Chandler. I don't know if you know who Chandler is.
No.
Chandler from Chandler's Wildlife.
No, I'll be honest. Maybe I'm living under a rock, but no, I've never heard of him.
So he's helping me with my venomous license, and he's helping me a lot. I see. I mean, a lot of my inspiration has come from him too. Um, and of course, the one that you know about is Billy, Mutation
Our brother
Creation.
Billy.
I'm gonna tell you what, man. If it wasn't for Billy, I don't think I would be anywhere near where I'm at right now. I've learned so much every episode, every meeting, every single that Patreon. I can't pay that man enough for what he's taught me. That $100 a month that I spend on that Patreon is nothing to me compared to the knowledge and the connections. And I mean, we got Go for Coco thanks to him, and he got that in for me. You know, not just for me, but for the reptile community. He did what he had to do to get it into the States. He believed in it so much that, you know, he did what he had to do to get it here. And I'm ecstatic. Like I had said, forget Coco. I'm not using Coco anymore. Every single thing that I've ever bought always disappointed me. Either had problems with odors or mold or
Okay.
too much dust, have to sift it and work it. This stuff here, man, by far is the best. I, I've never found anything cleaner, better, more absorbent, softer. Every single chip is soft. I mean, I, I'm willing to put it to the test with anybody, with any other
Okay.
coach. Okay, and if you want, I'll even demonstrate how fast this stuff makes itself. I All you need is 1 gallon of hot water. I use hot water simply because you never know what happens in transit. It comes from Europe, it goes to Canada, and then from Canada it comes to us. So it travels for a long way.
I was just gonna ask you, where's it even coming from? So
It's
I didn't
coming
know it
from,
came from Europe.
yeah, it comes from
Mhm.
Europe, and Billy gets it imported into Canada, and then it crosses the border into us in shipping trucks.
Okay. Now is that from I'm gonna probably screw it up, Jean Francois or
Yeah,
something?
Mhm.
Is he
yeah,
okay? Okay.
yeah.
So I knew Billy and him had a big connection. I didn't know if that was who it was. That was the only name I could throw out there, in all honesty.
Mhm.
So he's the one that kind of got the whole thing going. Then.
He's the man that made it happen, man. He's the man that helps everybody in the community. He's always trying to advocate for everybody to do good and grow and do the right thing and be successful. And I love the man. I love that man. Without that man, I would probably be breeder one with no experience and no idea of going through horrible times and experiencing horrible things because just that, you know, every single video that I ever saw from him, I always got something out of it.
Yeah.
Always learned a little, even if it's just a tiny little tidbit, that one video. But most videos I would learn so much, questions I didn't even know I should have asked. You know, it's like that. And so I give it up to him. That's my man. That's my guy. You know.
I I will, because I was on Billy's Patreon there for a little while. I do want to get back on it because it sounds like he's upgraded or changed some things around
Mhm.
from how it was.
Yeah.
Um, but I was also at like the $25 tier just because I didn't feel, well, one, I didn't wasn't getting enough income from this to spend, the $100 or more, to up the tiers and stuff. But
The the
I
hundred
hear too
dollars
much.
the $100 that you're going to spend the information and what you're going to get out of it will make you more. It will
Okay.
make you more in the long run. I'm going to admit, at first it was hard to pay the $100 because I didn't think, oh my God, $100 a month. And I didn't start at $100 a month. I started at 25 at
That's good.
$25 a month. No, the $50 one. No,
No,
it doesn't matter. It's not that important. But I was like you, that we started with a lower one, and I started feeling left out. I wanted to absorb as much knowledge as I could from him, and so he only has the two top tiers in the Zoom meeting, and I didn't want to miss any of the Zoom meetings, and I was so happy that I upgraded, because you're not just learning from Billy, you're learning from everybody else. I mean, the whole group, it shares their experiences, and you learn so much that it's paid for itself. It's paid for itself for the next 5 years. So I'll be there. I'll be there till he's not there no more.
So I can believe that. Billy's part of the reason, like, he gave me a very generous donation towards these things. When I had him and Robert from Husbandry Pro on, which it was that, like, for us is on how much Billy cares and everything. Real quick, Kike, what's going on, bro? Thanks for tuning in. I had Robert there from Husbandry Pro on, invited Billy on. I was like, dude, it's like, you're part of this too. And Billy's like, I'll just hop in the chat or whatever. I'll float around in the chat. And I saw him there, and finally I coaxed him into it. I was like, dude, it's like, here's the link. Just come on, hop on with us. So he came on, and that's part of the reason why I was able to even get partnered up with Husbandry Pro, was because during that live, someone asked if I got anything from anybody, signing up. And I don't know who has the power to be. I guess Robert's got the tech end of it anyway. And Robert's just like, go here, go there. There's your code. So it's like, because of him and Billy, that helped me get into the whole, partnered up with Husbandry Pro thing, which to me is awesome in its own right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Cuddle time. Melinda, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. So back to the Go for Coco thing. What how do I want to put it? Was there any hoops you had to go through to become a distributor for it, or was it kind of really super easy?
Just the import licensing and stuff, that kind of was a pain. Other than that, there wasn't really much. I mean, of course, the financials is always an issue, but other than that, I mean, Billy made it as easy as possible to bring it in. He acquired all the extra costs. He ate. It was a learning process to get the first shipment in. So, thanks to him, he acquired all those extra costs, all the investigation, the licensing and the import licensing. And, before you have Fish and Wildlife that wants to know what you're bringing in. You have the government wants to know what you're bringing in. And it's just a lot, and we got held up a little bit because of all this licensing needs. But everything is all squared away now, and I think we're on the right track to be able to bring it in regularly now.
Nice. Now, how big of a thing of it do you get at is it like a tractor trailer, or is it like a small box truck, or how many bales do you bring it in at a shop?
We're bringing in right around 400 bricks at a time.
Okay.
So our next shipment is in June. So
now
I think our next shipment is going to be more than 400 bricks. I'm pretty sure it's going to be upwards of up to about 1,000 bricks this next shipment.
Oh, wow.
People are starting to realize how much better the product is, how much cleaner it is, how much less work it is. This cocoa, man, just last night we were cleaning cages, and we cleaned 28 Freedom Breeder 70s with 4 blocks in an hour and a half. Wow. And it's not like I had four blocks already made for hours. No, I would make one within 10 minutes, start using it, do the 7 to 8 tubs, go make another block. In 10 minutes is ready to go. And it's fluffy, it's ready. it's amazing because before that process would have taken us probably about a half a day.
Oh, okay. Wow. Now, do you have any like already broken down? You could like just show everybody real quick.
I'm even willing to put one to expand. I'm willing to do a demonstration
All right.
simply so that everybody can see how fast it's made and how good it is.
All right, let's do it, bro. Let's do it.
All right.
Show this thing off.
She's gonna okay. So give me a couple of minutes. She's got to get some hot water ready and stuff. So we use hot water just simply
Okay.
because it's more sanitary and it's safer for the animals. Plus, it starts off. We're not going to use it right now, but normally when we do use it, it already has some warmth in it. And
Now, does the warmth help? Like, is there a reason for the warm water, or
yeah, it has a couple of benefits in my eyes. So if you use super hot water, any potential bug spider in transport, it came from so far, and it's been on and off trucks that to me, if you don't freeze it or if you don't use hot water, you're just asking for trouble. Doesn't matter what brick, you use. I'm not downing any bricks. I'm even being precautious on this brick. That's just me. I like to make sure that whatever I put my animal on, it's clean or doesn't have any spiders or bugs or even mites. I mean, I I'm a I have a bug phobia, so I always make sure that the blocks are clean and when you put it in there and you put a if you use cold water, then the cocoa is cold when you put it in the rack. You put the snake on there. Now the snake's going to be cold for a couple of minutes, till that box warms up and it starts to transfer heat. When you use hot water, you don't have to worry about that. You just trigger with a thermostat. Make sure you're still not at 100 degrees and burn your animal. That you're 80, 89 or under, and you're safe to go.
okay? See, I didn't think about the cold water and the animal aspect. That's actually smart thinking there.
Yeah. All right. I think ready.
So
So
let
I'm
me
gonna
take
put this
down
right here.
the banner here quick, so that way nothing's blocking the view.
Go for Coco, baby.
Yeah.
Give me the razor knife. This.
Lindsay says, thankfully, she never dealt with mites or any bugs with her substrate. That would sit mine. All right, Lindsay, funny haha story. Now, I don't know if it came with the cocoa or if every once in a while we get an ant problem here at the house. But I went through the one night cleaning and I discovered a nest of ants in one tub. And then a little bit, like the next tub below that was another nest of ants. Found like 4 different nests of ants in a couple different tubs that had been changed with different cocoa substrate recently. So I don't know if it was the cocoa, bad timing, or what, but it drove me nuts. Complete, like, set me through the roof, anxiety level shit.
Man, I encountered so many bad ones that I was even skeptical. I asked Billy. I mean, I'm like, are you sure this is the best stuff? Because I've only had nothing but bad problems with other cocos. And this, he promised me. He told me, listen, if you're not happy with this, I'll buy it back from you.
Oh,
when
wow.
he gave me the guarantee like that, I'm like, forget it. If he's willing to buy it back, then I know it has to be a good product. And he's been bragging about it for so long that I've been actually anxious for him to send it.
He has been. I know exactly what you're saying. He has been talking about it for a while.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing I do notice that you're doing differently than what I've ever seen done is that you're adding the water in from the side of the brick. I've
Yeah,
always
because you
seen
got
people do it from the top, and this makes more sense.
yeah. This way you have an even spread. It's going to get through all the cocoa a lot faster than just starting from the top to the bottom. You know, and that is going to be ready in less than 10 minutes. So I'm going to leave that right there. I'm going to go back to here. And I'm going to leave it there so everybody can keep an eye on it, see that I'm not doing anything else to it.
So you can even see that it's already puffing up.
Oh yeah, no, I'm telling you, this thing is, and 1 gallon is what I recommend, because if unless you're going to use the whole thing right away, then you can go ahead and maybe put a little bit more water in it. If you're impatient and you really want it to break up right now, you can add an extra quarter gallon or half a gallon or whatever,
Okay.
and get it even faster. I mean, you can see right there. I mean, look how much it's grown already.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's already a couple inches up above.
Yeah, and every single chip that I pull from inside of there is soft. So every single chip has, well, it's not dripping, but it's not a lot of water, but every single chip is soft. Every single chip. It doesn't matter what chip I grab. I mean, everything, there's water right there.
Yep.
It's fluffy, it's soft. There's no, I can't talk well enough about it. I mean, all my animals are thriving. And when you have the cocoa, most of the animals will push it away and sit down on the tub anyways.
Yeah.
Well, I have animals that don't do that anymore.
Okay.
I have animals that stay right on top of it. They love it, and it's because it's cushiony. It
Now,
hasn't even been 10 minutes, Jeremy. I'm going to show you what the cocoa can do, because I'm pretty sure
as I
that
say,
it's
it's already
ready.
up several inches.
Yeah. So what I do is that I flip it, get rid of the bag. Sorry. So can you see that there? I'm trying to do this and mix it at the same time. So you see, look at this thing. The whole brick is broken apart.
Holy crap! All right, that's definitely a lot freaking faster than how I did Freedom Breeder cocoa blocks when I used them.
And then what cocoa can you do this with? Can you see my hands?
Yeah.
You see a lot of stuff in there.
No, your hands look pretty freaking clean from here.
Yeah, when you dig your hands down inside the cocoa like this, okay?
Yeah, the only thing I can think of that your hands would be that clean with would be the cocoa to go stuff, but that's already like in a bale, so it's a completely different comparison. But no, anything in a freaking brick, dude, your hands would be filthy from what I've worked with.
And you saw how much, and I didn't use but about a gallon of water. You can see how much that brick opened up to.
Yeah.
You know,
Now, have you ever noticed any like staining that the cocoa does? Because I don't know like the process of them. I know, like I did was it last year? I did a video comparing cocoa blocks to Go for Cocoa, and I did like a water test because cocoa blocks would stain the water if this snakes got the substrate in the water. It would turn the water like dark amber brown, like nasty brown.
yeah,
But the cocoa to go didn't, which impressed me. But I also don't know if the cocoa to go did a different process of cleaning maybe than what the Freedom Breeder did. Does Go for Cocoa kind of have that same appearance where it doesn't taint the water?
So I'm not gonna say it doesn't, but it doesn't do it like the other ones do. So you can
Okay.
have like 3 4 chips in the water, and it's gonna take a day or two before it starts to show um, any kind of coloring in the water.
Okay.
Um, it, it I don't know. I lost my words.
No, I'm impressed. I mean, obviously, I don't have there's no Go for Cocoa distributor around here for me to even really try it. But I
Well,
mean, I'm
we just
impressed.
launched our website, and now you can order it from our website, and we can go ahead and ship it into you guys.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's not restricted to Florida anymore. We just got the website up and running. You can go to goforcoco.com. It'll take you to the Florida Born Exotic website. Just hit Go for Cocoa again, and once you get to the site and put in the shipping costs. The shipping costs are going to be a little bit on the high side for right now. I'm trying to work a deal with FedEx and UPS to see who's going to give me the right price.
Okay.
I need to show that there's going to be sales in order for them to actually give me those good prices. But once they see the sales come through, then I know it's just a matter of time before we can offer real competitive pricing.
Now, how many? Let's just go with I don't know, 50. What do you? What size tubs do you mainly use? Like, are you Freedom Breeder or ARS tubs?
I like the Freedom Breeders.
Okay. All right. So what would be I don't know, like a 55-40 size tub for Freedom Breeder?
I'm not familiar with the ARS sizes, but I want to say you're probably talking about the 40 series.
Yeah.
So the Freedom Breeder 40 series, you can probably do, honestly speaking, I would say 12 of those with a
Okay.
brick.
So it does a decent amount of floor space then. Okay.
Yes, and I use 2 inches thick. So
Okay.
when I put my finger in it and my first two knuckles are gone, then I know I have enough substrate in there. So it's a good amount. Some people don't like to use as much. They just use 1 inch thick. But with the amount of animals that I have, I need to be able to have that little bit of extension in case I got a day or two extra that I need them to hang tight. When you have 2 inches of bedding is a lot better than just a half inch or inch.
No, that's a good point too. Trying to think what else I can ask you about for the Go for Cocoa stuff, because there's not a lot of people talk about the differences in cocoa. It seems I know Holdback Rack did a thing here recently about different types of cocoa. Anybody in the chat, if you guys have any questions about this as well, feel free to chime in, or if you have any questions for Alex and Sandra as it is, chime in there, please. But yeah, I'm just trying to think of what more I can ask you about the Go for Cocoa stuff.
The biggest thing for me is that I don't have to sift it.
That was the one thing that drove me nuts with Cocoa Blocks, was there was so much just, I don't want to say crap, but it was just, there's a lot of just fines. I would find an awful lot of strands of, I don't know, like plastic burlap material. I don't know what it was, but plastic pieces. I think one time I found a part of a glove. like some really found some really weird things in some Cocoa Blocks bags or blocks already. It's just kind of and that was one thing, when I switched from that, I don't mean to talk bad about any brand, everybody, but that was one thing that I didn't like seeing in my cocoa, because it's if that's getting through, what's the process here that you guys are really, going through to provide a top-notch product.
Right.
Yeah, Chris, fiber and plastic. Yeah. What's the is the Go for Cocoa more hairy or is it more chippy?
It's got fibers. I'm not trying to hide anything. It's got some fibers, but I like the fibers. So it's all up to you. You see, it's got some fibers in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it looks very consistent, though.
It is very consistent. It's triple washed. They clean it one extra time than other cocos. They don't have any sand.
Okay.
It's very little stuff.
Clinton here asks, where in Florida are you located, Alex?
We're in Port St. Lucie.
All right. And Lindsay wants to know, how much is a block of Gopher Cocoa?
The blocks go as follows. So if you order one block, it's $28.99 for 1 or 2 blocks. If you do three to 3 or 4 blocks, it's $26.99 a block. And then if you do 5 or more, and it's an endless number after that, it's $25 a block. And then you have to add shipping to it. Wherever you are, you can go to our website. It should calculate the shipping cost for you. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out. And we're always willing to help, whether it's for cocoa blocks, reptile related. We're always around to help. That's one of the things that we tell our customers, just because the sale is done, this relationship isn't over. Yes. We're here for the long haul. We're here to help you through the thick and thin,
That's how you get repeat customers. Yeah. Is that care right there.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've probably had it. People contact you. They've never even purchased an animal, or what they're asking you wasn't even an animal that they purchased from you. But they ask you for help or whatever. And it's like, why wouldn't you help them?
Right.
Because you helping them, that's more like your potential next customer, because they're going to be like, hey, I didn't even have to buy from this guy and he was willing to help me. He's going to be even better if I do buy from it. So I think that's, good customer service.
To be honest with you, if I can make a difference in an animal's life, if I can help that person be a better animal keeper, whatever I have to do, whether you bought the animal from me or not, I tell people that at the shows all the time. Listen, I know you didn't buy that animal from me, but here, take my card, because if you ever have any issues, or if you have questions, or you want to know how I get out of trouble with my animals, or if I have situations, how do I handle those? I'm willing to share all that information with people. I've experienced some ugly times, and like I said, Billy has helped me through escaping through a lot of hard times.
Yep.
And I'm willing to share that information with people, even though they don't buy animals from me. I'm always there for people. I'll be there for the animal.
That's important. That's important. Now let's dive into your ball python projects a little bit, because we've talked about everything else. Let's talk about the ball python stuff. What are some of your big recessive projects and your favorite recessive projects that you're working with? And where are you taking those projects to in the future?
To be honest with you, I think my favorite recessive has to be lavender albino.
Okay.
So I like the lavender albino a lot, and so this year I'm planning on doing a lot of lavender albino combos, pieds, clowns, and we'll see. Some G stripe stuff is coming.
Now, I remember you had said earlier about you would like to have sunset in the future. Did you have you seen that lavender albino sunset yet?
No, but that sounds pretty freaking amazing.
Oh, you gotta look that up, dude. You gotta look that up. I wish I had a picture of it still. The thing it's like, the only way I can best describe it is if you've seen the sun dragon from the boas, like that bright fluorescent orange snake. That's what the lavender albino sunset looked like. That is probably one of the only sunsets my jaw dropped with. Like that one right there, it's just like, holy crap, that thing glows. Almost looked like a fishing lure. It was that bright.
Yeah, I gotta look that up after we're done.
Lindsay knows what I'm talking about. I think she knows. Okay, Brad Boa did it. Okay,
Brad Boa. I'll check him out.
So yeah, the thing, dude, that thing, like, if you would turn the lights off, you would still see that sucker. It was bright. The one thing for me with sunset is, like, the babies look nice, but all the adults seem like they bred out so much. And granted, I think it takes one gene to change all of that.
Like
Whether it be
lavender.
DG or exactly, the lavender albino might be the ticket to it. But man, I hope when you do get into that, I hope you throw that into that project, because I think
Yeah,
that would be phenomenal.
it's coming. We have some triple recessives coming.
Oh,
We
okay.
have, we're working with a we call him Quattro. It's a pairing that I'm doing with some friends. He's a Krypton head desert ghost pied.
Oh, okay.
So either clown desert ghost pieds or cryptic desert ghost pieds this year.
Nice. Very, very nice. Now, what's one of your big anticipated clutches for this year?
No.
The big anticipated clutch.
Yeah, that clutch right there.
That clutch?
Yeah, yeah.
Man, that'll be beautiful. That'll be beautiful.
I can't wait to hit it. I got two snakes paired with him, so we'll see.
You've got two snakes paired with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I'm sorry. I got three snakes paired with him, but only two of them carry the triple.
Okay. Okay. See, I've only got one set of triples here. Well, a 1.2 pair, and that they're the one male and the one female is a chocolate triple het. What was it? Hypo DG Clown. And then the other one's a normal female triple het Hypo DG Clown. So hopefully this coming season, I can, throw those into the mix. It's actually a combined thing. Like my buddy Mike, he does all the boa work. And then the boas he produces, we sell under my name. But it's because he just doesn't want to be bothered basically with the dealing with the people of the world, so to speak. He says he doesn't have time for that crap. So it's hey, we partnered up. It's like, you make the boas, I'll sell them for you. Sadly, he took this year off though, which kind of made me sad. But yeah, like he started getting a couple different ball pythons, and somehow he got this 1.2 set. And it's hey, he goes, I've got these snakes. If you want to work the project for me, I was like, send them here. let's make some magic happen. Matt, what's up, dude? Thanks for tuning in, bro. What are some of your other recessives that you're excited about for this year that you're working with, or some of your other pairings you're excited for this year? What can we expect to see from you?
VPI Exantic Clowns combo.
Oh, you had to say the VPI. Oh, I'll let it go there because it's Exantic. I love Exantic.
It's the line that I got into, a while back. It is what it is.
Man, I had John Dago on here, and he said it best. There's no good or bad out of all of them. There's good and bad, no matter how you look at it. And I took a lot of crap yesterday over having TSK from Chris and everybody else, because everybody else works VPI. I'm the only TSK guy in the group. Actually, no, that's a lie. I've got Eric from Drop Time Reptiles. That's a TSK guy. But anyway, I always catch so much crap for having TSK that so whenever someone says they got VPI, I got to over dramatize just a little bit. So Exantic Clowns, like, do you have a good chance of hitting them this year, or is it like a head-to-head pairing, or what?
No, I've got a 1 in 4, I believe.
Okay.
So I should be able to hit. I should be able to hit 2 visuals this year.
Nice, man. I hope you do. I love Exantic Clowns. I've got one shot. She had, put it this way, when I ran the ultrasound over, there was 4 eggs or 4 follicles. She ovulated. She's due to lay here in the next 2 weeks, I think, something like that, like 2 weeks. but that's my one shot. It's actually the male and female I produced here. So it's super special clutch because home produced plus my first shot at the double visual, but it's head to head, man. So I don't know. It's a long shot over here.
Mhm.
Yeah. We're head to head too, so it should be 1 and 4, I believe.
Is it just? I
Maybe
thought it
one
was
and
one in maybe.
8. They're both 100% head.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I for some reason thought it was like 1 in 64 for the double visual. I
I'm
must have did some really goofy ass math or something. Maybe I don't know.
I might be wrong with my calculation, so
I suck at math, so if anybody's wrong, it's probably this guy right here. I'm not gonna lie, math was not my strong suit at all. Let's see here. We got Jamie says they work that they're doing TSK. Lindsay says TSK is number one, but VPI is much more universal and easier to work with. VPI is a lot easier to find and a lot more popular. I will definitely agree with you on that, Lindsay. But I love my TSK stuff. But hey, that's just me. Now, where like how much do you work Exantic a lot, or you just have a little bit of Exantic?
I just have a couple projects, like 2, 3
Okay.
snakes, 2, 3 females that have head exantic that are both clown exantic.
Okay.
But I
Okay.
only have one. I only have one that's up to breeder size for this year.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Um, what big codoms do you want to add into some of your projects, like acid, anything like that, to spice everything up a little bit? Or are you kind of happy with where you're at for right now? Like, what do you want to
Well,
add to this?
I'm currently trying to work the projects that I have, but like I said early in the show, we do want to have every single gene available. So we want to be diversified and be able to offer a variety of different genes, not just what everybody's chasing, but combinations that still haven't been done.
Okay. Very nice. What up, John? Thanks for tuning in, dude. Good to see you. Uh, didn't mean to add an R. If you're talking about for my name, John, you got it spelled right, bro. I'm confused. But anyway, let's see. Lindsay said if it's a single het to a single het, the chances are 1 in 4. Okay. All right. So maybe it is 1 in 16 for the double to double then.
Yeah.
Anywho, everybody, if you guys have any questions for Alex and Sandra, please drop them in the comments. Also, all their information is in the description down below. So make sure you guys check them out. Give them the love that they deserve because they took the time to come out here and spend with all of us tonight. I mean, we're almost approaching the 2 hours mark. I, it always boggles my mind that this time flies like super, super freaking quick.
That's
Is
because we love this stuff.
Dude, oh man, you would think I'd be tired of talking about snakes and stuff after like a whole day yesterday of it. But yeah, like my wife even said, she goes, "Don't you ever get tired of talking like snakes and all this stuff?" It's like, no, I don't. Like we have friends over, I'll start talking about it, and she she'll like in front of them, she'll just look at me. She'll be like, "Jeremy, they're not snake people. They don't care. Shut up." It's just like, well, they might like sometimes they want to come down and like see the animals, like they enjoy the beauty of them. Yes, everybody. Thank you, Kike, for doing that, dude. That was one topic I was just going to touch on here a little bit. U.S. ARC Florida and U.S. ARC, everybody, please go support them. There's a bunch of crap that's been happening with you guys down in Florida. You guys seem to, I like, you guys must really love Florida to stick it out down there. That's all. That's all I can say. The stuff I hear about how much of a pain in the neck they are with stuff and permits and stuff like that. Like, what do you have to go through to even become I'm gonna say like an official on the books reptile breeder down there?
Well, we just have our class 3 reptile license. That's all
Okay.
you we need to be able to sell the animals. We have our LLC, which is Florida Born Exotics, and that's pretty much about it. You got to register your animals, how many animals you have with Fish and Wildlife, and basically they just want to know where the animal came from, who produced it, and you know the standard stuff.
Okay.
This
Now,
whole this whole thing with what's going on with Fish and Wildlife has me concerned. I don't know. I don't know where this all is going to end up at, and how. Like I don't know what the future has to bring. I'm going to continue moving forward. I'm not going to. What was that? We're Floridians on another breed.
TK said we Floridians are a different or another breed.
So yeah, like it's got me concerned because I don't know where the future of reptiles is going to be in the here soon. I'm just going to pray for the best, you know, move on, just keep raising my animals. If they have to become my pets, they become my pets because I love them so much. But I'm hoping that this is our future. I'm hoping that we can really make this a reality to the point where we're successful with our store, and we're successful with this Go for Coco, and we just get to move on, and not really have to worry about it. I don't think it's right what they did. I think those animals didn't have to lose their lives. I think they could have been rehomed somewhere else, a zoo. There's a bunch of stuff. There's a bunch of responsible reptile keepers that could have kept those animals. And what went down there is unacceptable. And I hope things change. I mean, things do have to change. That can't happen to anybody else again.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not one. I'm not one to make waves in the pond, but something has to change there. Those officers were told by somebody to go do that, and that person needs to either come forward and admit that they were wrong, or they need to get out, because that's
Yeah.
not the right way. That's not the right way. I'm stuttering here because I really am kind of lost for words for their behavior. And
No, I think all of us in the community is right there where you're at. And it hits you guys even harder because you're there. I mean, I'm all the way up here north in PA, like, Florida to me is like that's a dream getaway to go to sometime, to go to Disney World and see Star Wars. I don't have like I don't live down there, so like the stuff that happens down
but
there to you guys, it's like, man, like if it was reversed, I'd be going nuts up here.
the problem is everybody has to be nuts, because every other state follows what Florida does.
Yeah,
So
which is the scary
you have
thing.
everybody that's a reptile keeper. We all need to have a voice, and we all need to do something about this, because once Florida passes the laws, then it's just a domino effect. Georgia takes, South Carolina and North Carolina, and it's just going to be a domino effect, and everybody's just going to apply what we applied here. And then, people don't understand how critical this stuff really is. People are taking the back seat on not really wanting to make waves, and I'm kind of guilty of that, because I don't need FWC knocking my door down and making
Yeah,
my life a living hell. But then it's not right that they're doing this. So I'm caught in the middle, where I want to do something about it, but then I don't want to bring the heat down on myself either. Which
exactly.
I don't have anything that's illegal here. I don't have any Burmese pythons, and I don't have anything. I don't have reticulated pythons or anything. I just have the animals I've already spoken about, and they're all legal. but I still don't need them to start picking on me because I started some stuff.
Yeah. No, I totally freaking get it because that's one thing like I would be scared about too. It's like, you know, you start making those waves, then you're gonna all that is, they'll find out about the waves, and then you just basically put that crosshair on you, and they're gonna hound you or try to find something.
And my plans are for the long haul. I'm here. This is going to be my retirement until I can no longer work. This is what I'm planning on doing. You know, I'm even going to branch into the venomous side. You know,
That's great. Like the man, you got anybody that works with venomous, dude. I give you guys a round of applause because I'd be scared to death. I know my luck.
so yeah, that I mean, especially that I want to get my venomous license and I want to have a king cobra one day. You know,
Ooh,
if I start making start making waves now, I'll never get my license.
yeah. Now, what do you have to go through to get your license? Is it like so many hours of on like in
Yeah,
person? I'm gonna say in person training.
yeah,
Or
definitely in-person training. Ain't no online ain't
okay,
no online skills for a venomous training. You know what I mean? It's hands-on. I mean, you have to first watch and learn, and then with time you start handling with snake sticks, and it's a long process. It's not something that you get in a year or 2 years. It's 1,000 hours. It's a it's a
oh wow.
it's a real 1,000 hours. Like you can't get somebody to sign your hours off because you're just signing your death warrant. You really want to go through that 1,000 hours, and even when you're done with 1,000 hours, you got to be sure within yourself that you're ready for that animal.
Oh, for sure. Now, how like what do you do to like how are you keeping track of that 1,000 hours? Do you have like
That's a
is
log.
there like an app that tracks
No,
it for
no,
you
no.
or
You just keep a log, and then your trainer signs you up.
okay, okay, that's nuts. So how long have you been working on doing this so far then? Like
Probably.
how long what's your how far onto your hours are you? Because 1,000 hours, dude, that's a lot.
Yeah, I'm just started. Shoot, I'm
Okay.
not. I just started with Chandler. I'm not. You know, maybe 15 hours in.
Okay. Okay.
So
I wasn't sure if like you were like almost to that 1,000 because I was gonna say good grief. They to
no,
me, I'm there thinking it's like, man, throughout a normal work week and doing everything you got going on, it's like that would be like a year over a freaking year to
no.
get this.
I'm thinking it's going to be about 3 years before I'm done. And I
Okay.
also need to feel comfortable. Like I said before,
Yeah.
just because you did your 1,000 hours, if you're not comfortable, if you don't feel like you have that connection with the animals, it's not a ball python or a blood python that you can get a hit and keep going and not think about it. If you get a hit, you're done. You better run. You better get to the hospital very fast. You better alert them. Make sure that you have some anti venom waiting for you at the hospital when you get there, and
No,
hopefully
that's
do it.
now that's something I've always wondered. And I want to Adam, what's up, bro? Thanks for tuning in tonight with us. Greatly appreciate seeing you in the audience. Um, that's the one thing I wanted to ask you about was like the anti-venom stuff because obviously there's different I'm gonna say potencies on it. Like from my understanding, there's not one cure-all anti-venom. So like
No,
if you're working with the species, do you need to make sure like they've got the stuff on stock in case you have a whoopsies?
so we're trying to work with Chandler to get the anti venom in hand, on hand, in the at his facility.
Okay.
So that way, if me or him, God forbid, any of us ever get bit, that we have it on hand. You know what I mean? It's always better to have it on hand than have to depend on somebody.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But Chandler has a freaking connection. I'm surprised you don't know who he is because he's got a connection with animals that I've never seen anybody have. I mean, he can tell you what a snake is going to do before it's going to do it. He can tell you what an owl is going to do before he's going to do it. I
Oh
mean,
wow.
he can really read body language on all the animals. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing what that guy can do and how he can do it.
Kind
It's
of like a snake and animal whisperer
he
then.
is he is he loves animals. I mean, he has crocs. He's got gators.
Oh
He's
wow.
a true reptile man.
I would venomous wise, I've always liked the little tiny bush vipers. Like I just think they're little, they're cute. I know they're deadly as hell though, but I think they're wicked awesome looking. And then the gaboon vipers. I think there's nothing more like the pattern on those things. Like they're just gaboon vipers are so beautiful.
He's
But
got three of them.
oh really?
Yeah.
What are they like? Like what are they like to work with? Because everything like I've only watched videos on them, and they seem like they're very mellow.
Yep.
Okay.
But they're super fast, so you can't predict their strike. They're super
Oh.
fast, so you have to be on alert with them all the time. But his are so docile that I've never seen any of the three that he has like lunge. So every time he's handled them, they've always been chill. They've never been crazy. Justina, on the other hand, is a female king cobra that he has, and she will take his life if she could.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's really
she would take a bite out of him any chance that she got. Kevin, which is his big king cobra, the biggest that he has, I don't think that he would bite him. He says that he would bite him, but Kevin is a really good king cobra, and
Now how big's that? Now how big are they?
he's about 14 feet right now.
Holy crap.
He's got
Jeez.
he's got a 12 by I think 24 enclosure.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Good grief. Dude, man. That would be so cool to just even watch people work with that stuff in person. But I would be like, I'd be on the edge of my freaking seat, dude. I don't like, I don't know if I could actually, I would love to watch it, but I don't know if I could actually sit there and watch it in person because I would just be crapping myself for the person doing the handling.
nah, you gotta check Chandler out. He's a trip. He's a freaking wild man.
Well, what's his, he has a YouTube channel or something?
Yeah, yeah. He's only
Or-
got 1.9 million subscribers.
Oh, hell yeah, yeah. I must be under a rock then. Well, what's his YouTube? I'll make sure to check it out.
Chandler's Wildlife.
Chandler's Wildlife. All right, everybody, go check out Chandler's Wildlife if you're like me and not part of the 1.9 million that already follows the man. Listen, obviously I am under a freaking rock, which doesn't surprise me at all. In all
Hey
honesty,
man, we get busy and we don't watch every single channel, so it's understandable. Plus, he's from Florida. He's down from Miami from where I'm at. I was born and raised in Miami, and he was too. So, we got that Miami connection.
Oh, okay. Now, and maybe, well, you could probably tell me, like Gaboons. I was always told that there's nothing out of their strike range. Like I've been told, I heard like that they can basically like if you're behind them, that they can basically still get you. That they're not like most other snakes where it's that area out in front of them. Like Gaboons are kind of tricky little suckers.
They are, and like I said, they're one of the fastest striking snakes. So you have to really, they're not predictable. At least for me, I've never been able to really see a prediction on them. But
Okay.
but then again, his like I said, his three gaboons are freaking super docile. I've never seen them strike. Only when they eat, that's the only time I've ever seen them strike. Other than that, they don't hurt each other. They don't strike at Chandler like Justina or Pepe, the the rattlesnake.
Oh, okay. See that? What like? Man, that just I can't get over like that would for like I don't know if I could go through that training for that stuff. I really don't. Like I said, that would freak me out.
Well, you have to want it. You know what I mean? You have to want. You, I fell in love with a king cobra. I that's gonna be my favorite snake. I really want that snake. If I had to say what snake do I want over any other snake in the world, that would be the one.
Now, now? Do you want to branch out into other venomous and have them, or do you just want that king cobra and be like, okay, we're good here with this?
No, so I'm getting into venomous so that I can own one, but I don't believe I'll be breeding them.
Okay.
And so there's a limited amount of venomous license keepers,
Oh, okay.
and so I don't see there really being a good market for reproducing a bunch of them.
That makes sense.
But I do want to be a keeper.
Okay, that makes sense because like up here in PA, like you go to some of the like most of these shows and you'll see venomous actually spread pretty good throughout the whole show. And it just baffles my mind. Like I could walk up and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy this Gaboon Viper, not have a lick of freaking training or anything, and like you could just do it. Um,
You
it
can do that over there.
What's that?
You can do that over there.
Yeah,
No.
What?
yeah. Correct, Chris. Am I wrong on that one, bro? I mean, like I said, I mean, I've never tried it, but I'm pretty like I've never heard anybody say anything about needing licensing for venomous or
Wow.
I thought
yeah.
that was a U.S. thing, not just a Florida thing.
I think it's Chris. Chime in there. Phil says, yeah, that we can because
Holy
Phil's
cow.
one of the PA buddies. So yeah, like
I honestly don't recommend that to anybody. I'm happy to do the 1,000 hours. To be honest with you, if you want to go ahead and go and buy one, by all means, do what makes you happy. But it ain't gonna make you happy for long.
yeah, no, you won't be around long.
Not
No,
gonna be around long. I mean, just one wrong reading. How many times have you gotten tagged by your snakes?
well, the ball pythons are just a couple by the hatchlings. The carpet python, though, he lit me up quite a few times and just like just trying to tame him out a little bit.
And of course, you have your guard down with these animals because you know they're not venomous.
Yeah,
But there's no mistakes. Like with venomous, there's no mistakes. You have no second chance. You don't. I mean, you could potentially have a second chance because like people have been bit and they survive, but they'll lose a finger, they'll lose a limb, they'll lose something.
yeah.
And it's a very uncomfortable and a very, very unpleasant experience that you would go through if you were to get bit. I mean, I'm happy to do the 1,000 hours, to be honest with you. I'm happy to get well trained by someone so experienced, I guess you can say it, in venomous. It's an honor to be able to work with Chandler.
No, it. I think like especially like with venomous stuff, like I'm one of those people. I don't like a whole bunch of rules and the law, like a whole bunch of unneeded stuff to help tell me what I can and can't do. But that with the venomous thing, I wholeheartedly, completely agree that that's the one thing that does surprise me. No matter what state you're in, that you don't have to have something.
Yeah,
But
that
yeah,
that
I thought
surprising.
here in PA that like basically how Phil said here, want a viper, get a viper. Yeah, that's basically how it seems like it works up here. And it's scary. Like I do think like Like I said, I'm not one to impose a whole bunch of rules and laws and all that crap. But I do think if you're going to work venomous, you should have training from someone that's got thousands and thousands of hours with them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll be honest with you. If I had to go and do the training like at a school or something like that, it'd probably be out. It wouldn't. It'd be out of the question. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But I do believe that you know, if you're out there and you're thinking of buying a venomous animal, don't just go and buy a venomous animal. You're signing your death wish. I mean, unless you're trying to die, I mean, that's not the right way to do it, man. That's something that I recommend against. If you're gonna get into venomous, get some training. Find someone that will, and there's other venomous keepers that will train you. You know, it doesn't have to be someone as glamorous like Chandler. It can be anybody else that has some training just to keep you alive, just to show you the ins and outs of venomous. You know, you have 180 snakes in your house. Doesn't make you a venomous keeper. It only makes you probably more susceptible to getting bit because you think you have the training and you really don't. So yeah, please don't anybody out there don't go buying a venomous snake because you hear me saying I want a venomous snake, and you hear me going and getting training. You hear me going and getting training before I go and buy a snake. You know.
Yes. Yeah, and everybody just saying you watched it on YouTube, that doesn't count as training either.
No, that's not training. I'm sorry. You can watch all the videos that you want until you have that snake in your hand and you see what it does.
Yep. What freaks me out is the people that I see free handling venomous stuff. Oh, it scares the crap out of me. Like I watch, it's just like, please do not get bit on freaking camera. It freaks me out to this. Yeah. I don't know why anybody even plays with that one.
Chandler does it, but I know wholeheartedly that man knows what he's doing. He knows what the snake is going to do before he does it. So just his maneuvers and the way he moves just is astonishing. It freaks me out because he knows just seconds before the actual animal does it.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go and find his channel here once and watch some of this stuff. You because obviously Lindsay even said that basically I'm living under a rock. I'm surprised I've never had that come across my feed even. Yeah, Phil said 2 deaths from 2 bites here in 2 years. Actually, one was just recent too.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's going to eventually change because, you know, when accidents like this happen that people actually end up dying from it, that's when laws start to come into effect, and that's when everybody starts to get chained down to all these permitting and whatnot. But as far as venomous, I'm all in for permitting. I think you should have a permit. I think you should be registered, and those animals are deadly, so they should be registered. And it's like a loaded gun. It's basically a loaded gun. You can take a life with that animal, you know.
Yeah.
So I am on I'm on permitting side when it comes to venomous.
No, I think I definitely like the training thing for 110%. The training thing, the permitting thing. Hey, wherever that goes, that is what it is on that one. The training thing, wholeheartedly. It would be nice though to know if someone in your neighborhood does have a rattlesnake, a king cobra, or something like that. Though, just me having kids, it would be nice to know. I'm not gonna lie on that one. As far as pythons, I don't really worry about the pythons. Their pythons are all good. Jason, congrats on your eggs here, dude. Congrats. Adam says a woman in his neighborhood has a venomous permit. Crazy where keepers and experts are. Northeast Florida Snake Lady is her Facebook handle if you want to check her out. Thanks, Adam. Let's see here. It's been this way in PA forever. You could do a Cobra assassination for real. Jeez, Phil. Now we're assassinating people with venomous. Come on, Phil. Don't give people ideas. Melinda's what's up with everyone just morph market surfing? Oh God, that's dangerous, Melinda. I do not do that. Me and morph market are dangerous together. I just go hang out with friends and they help me spend my money. Legit. That's the only bad thing about being friends with such great people in the industry is that when you all hang out, it seems like someone ends up going home a little poorer. Every time, never fails.
Yeah.
Greg here wants to know, how do you monitor training without registration?
So Chandler takes a big risk in training me and signing off my hours. You know, he's not going to do it just for anybody. You have to be friends with him. You have to, you know, he's not going to just do it for just anybody. You have to have the right reasons, and they have to make sense, you know.
Yeah. No, that makes sense because, you know, obviously if you just did anybody, that would just be probably a wave of people coming to you.
Yeah. And he wants to also know that it's someone that's serious about it, not just somebody that's trying to come and get a free tour from his place and you know what I mean? So you're not going to get there and he's not going to open his doors for you, basically, is what I'm saying.
Gotcha. Now that makes sense, though. That makes sense. That makes total sense, though. Everybody, we're a little bit beyond that 2-hour mark. I don't want to keep Alex and Sandra here much longer just because I'm sure they want to get to bed. I've got to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning. So 5 o'clock comes around really, really early.
Yeah.
So if you guys have any questions, drop them in the chat right now. Next week, we've got Brandon Nixon, which is in the audience here from Nixon Reptiles. Brandon, you got to get me the photo and your logo, bro. You've got to get that to me because I got to get the thumbnail made. The thumbnail made up. God, if I could speak a little bit. Then on the 21st, we've got my buddy Chris from S Reptilia going to be on here. We'll be covering a lot of different things with him. Then on the 28th, we've got Charlie of Gray Rider Reptiles. We're going to be diving in to what he's working with, what he's doing. Plus, we're really going to dive into that genetic testing stuff he's got going on. And I'm going to harp him a little bit. He might be even watching still. I don't know. But I'm going to start harping on him a little bit more for that clown test because now that these babies are all shed out and, you know, I see I've got to know what's het and what's not because I got to know what I'm keeping and what's going. So you guys are going to get to see me give Charlie a little bit of a hard time on that one, but definitely want to learn about this genetic testing stuff. And then I don't have it on my little book here. I have it on my calendar on my phone. In June, we're going to be having another PA breeder roundtable on here. So that's going to be Chris from S Reptilia, Nathan from Infinite Possible Pythons, everybody's favorite, Danny from DTMG, because Lord knows what's a PA breeders roundtable without crazy Danny with us. You know, he kind of brings the entertainment to the show on that one. And we're gonna have John and Christine of Triforce Morphs, and I'm trying to work a couple more people into coming on. We're gonna have a great roundtable on that one, find out how everybody's season's going, dive into some other topics. Who knows where we'll take it. Try to get Phil to get in there though. Phil, we got to get you on either a solo live, bro, or on a roundtable, one or the other. I'm not gonna be picky, bro, but we got to get you on. So that's what we've got lined up for coming up, everybody. Video wise for this week, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what I'm gonna throw at you. It could be a Husbandry Pro video I've got set up. It could be clutch updates. I don't know what you're going to get yet this week. I'm just kind of, I don't know. What can I say? I don't know. I've got too much stuff to keep track of. But let me flippy floppy here. So Melinda says she asked Charlie about the clan testing, and she's going to be my OD. Okay. So maybe, I guess, yeah, Melinda, I know he said he's working on it. So I don't know how close he is to having that. I just know he said he's working on it. But we're going to find out all about what it takes to do all of that stuff as well. Because it was explained to me this weekend at the barbecue, and it sounds kind of easy but complicated. So we're going to get it straight from the horse's mouth on that one. But Alex, Sandra, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I had a fun time. It's 2 hours and 15 minutes. This went quick. Is there anything you guys would like to throw out there? Advice, tips, any plugs? What shows you're going to be at next for people to come out and see you?
What's the next show?
The next show is going to be in June. It's going to be Boynton Beach.
So I guess Boynton Beach next in June.
Okay.
And then,
But
of
thank you.
course, Daytona in August.
Oh yeah, Daytona in August for sure.
Oh, okay. All right.
Reservations for that one.
Now, what's been your favorite show to go to so far that you've been at?
I really like them all, man. To be honest with you, I guess Daytona would be our best show.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, yes, Greg. They will be at the. Okay, yep, he got it now. Yep, they will be at Daytona. So go check them out if you guys go. Yeah.
We're gonna have plenty of cocoa. We'll have hemp. We'll have all kinds of supplies. So you can even just hit us up right now on the website if you want to go to goforcoco.com or floridabornexotics.com. It's all going to take you to the same place. And check us out. Give us a call if you have any questions. Our phone number is right on our website. It's real easy to get a hold of us.
And everybody, their links are in the description down below. I don't know if I have to go for Coco in the link description thing though.
They can go to goforcoco.com without
Okay.
the dashes, just straight goforcoco.com, all lowercase, and it's easy. If you have any
All right.
questions and you got any concerns, give me a call. I answer any questions you guys have.
There you go, everybody. Alexandra, thank you so much for coming on tonight. I greatly appreciate it. Also, before we sign off, I got to thank the sponsors again for this week's episode, which is my brother Nathan of Infinite Possible Pythons. Go check him out, folks. If you want the Bang Gene, which is probably, I'm going to tell you, it's going to be the big next best thing to hit the market. It is the next best thing to hit the market. I'll tell you that much right now. Totally killer. Hit Nathan up for that. He's letting some of the stuff trickle out a little bit. So hit him up, get on the wait list because there's a lot of us on that list. But, hey, you got to be in it to win it. And the Bang is the next big thing. I promise you that. Also, he's working with some crested geckos, Leachianus geckos, Kahua geckos he's got coming up, scaleless corn snakes, all sorts of good stuff. Definitely check him out. Plus, he's your one-stop shop for all your branding needs. So thank you, Nathan. And then we got my brother Chris at S Reptilia, which is a one-stop shop for basically all your snake needs. Blood pythons, ball pythons, boas, colubrids, all that good stuff. He's got you covered. He just can't help you with the lizards at the moment. Who knows? If you bug him a little bit, maybe he'll get into it. We'll see. He's also Eastern PA rodent breeder. So if you guys need rodents and you're in the Eastern PA area, hit Chris up as well. And if you want the Chipper or Coco to go, he is Pennsylvania's distributor of those two. Hit him up on that one. I love Coco to go, folks. I used to use Freedom Breeder Coco blocks. I switched to Coco to go. Absolutely love it. Now I'm hearing about this Go for Coco stuff. I don't know. I'm getting kind of curious. I might want to try some of it out, so I might have to order some, Alex. But Chris, thank you so much, bro, for definitely supporting the channel and for hooking me up with what I consider the best cocoa substrate on the market today. Also, Husbandry Pro, folks, if you're not using it, click our affiliate link in the description down below. Free 30-day trial. You won't regret trying the software out. It saves me so much time. It's great because it's shaped by the users. Plus, it's time saving and all the records that you're able to keep absolutely out of this world. Also helps you with your customer service as well to an extent, depending how you use it. So definitely check it out. And Redline Shipping, we're not affiliated yet with them, but use the code Robin6 to get 2 shipments with 60% off. You get great customer service. Plus, where else can you go? And for everything that I've seen so far, anyway, price-wise on shipping, Redline Shipping has been the cheapest option for me. So definitely check them out. And tell them and let them know if there's a comment thing. Let them know I sent you. But anyway, that's my spiel again, folks. I greatly appreciate everybody being on tonight. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please hit it now. And definitely make sure to be here every Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, unless I change the date. But normally it's always on Sundays. So it's been great having you guys on. Hang on here 1 second. But everybody, I will see you next Sunday here at 8 p.m. So everybody have a great week and don't get too tired. Take care.